On October of 2015, my hat was in for Bernie Sanders. Paid media cited him as not being experienced enough, while no one spoke of Jill Stein or Gary Johnson. Hillary Clinton was in the opening of her slide into forced honesty, while Trump, who could not help but lie, even on his lies, was being elevated into being the most honest person in the presidential race. I believe that Trump would gain mass momentum until around March. By then, people would start to think about whom they will vote for and jump off the bandwagon position. Trump ran on very few things. Minorities are meaningless, foreigners are the enemy, and he has billions. Everything else was a flip-flop strong enough to make Romney look like a straight shooter. By the time March arrived and Trump was waning in polls as Hillary was falling to Bernie, he and Trump seemed like the front runners until a month later when Trump and Hillary took over. At that point, I wanted Trump to win. Why? It was logically desired destruction. Trump was a liar on epic proportions. Hillary was more in bed with billionaires than their wives and mistresses. Bernie was not getting any of the paid media coverage, and Gary and Jill were barely on the lips of social media. Social media, the only media that tends to give the public everything, turned their backs on mislabeled third-party candidates due to their own bias, a bias they shunned so many for having. Females wanted Hillary, guys wanted Trump, and the informed wanted Bernie. Jill and Gary, though I don't like Gary, could have been backup plans for, what happened to Hillary. The truth and all that showed she lied to us and was planning to let the bankers regulate themselves. These kinds of things happening in May made me come to the grim conclusion that people have become so complacent and entitled, they don't care how the country is handled so long as they don't have to give up creature comforts, live in their fantasy bubble, and hate whoever they deem not worthy of middle or high society. I wanted Trump to win to teach everyone a lesson, especially those that vote for him. People want to hate, segregate across the board, and truly show how divided this so-called union is, then made Trump win, jack things up as bad as Bill Clinton started, and push forward the need for the return of the 1940s with unmitigated gusto. With Trump in charge and he placing into position every person that screams, "Let us be stupid now," the rich and wealthy people of this nation will love it. Lower middle class and lower class people will feel the bite in about 2 to 4 years, and by this time, this race will not be fully forgotten, but the same mistakes will be recreated. I want better than this, but my desires are meek at best amongst a civilization that worships money, religions used to oppress reality, corruption that either stagnates or rewinds progression, and a political system that is nothing more than an institute for the wealthy to play meager chess. Pop culture on all fronts will allow this country to remain right where it is, lasting nearly everything and lying to itself on being the greatest without explanation. Seeing that one of the few things we are great at is having a bloated military, we can do what politicians keep pushing for. Reduce public education finance, lower job wages to $5 or less, reduce public transportation, nearly kill state funding for everything, and toss it all at military contractors. Seeing that we are also great at holding the world's more wealthiest people in a collaboration with big oil, we can finally tax the middle class that 96% the wealthy should be paying and tax the lower class 66% while hating the poor, the working poor, and making bills to imprison or kill them. Trump won. The middle class, the wealthy, and the racists can rejoice as they blame all that Trump does on Obama or whoever is lucky enough to replace Trump in 4 to 8 years. Yes, this is direct, and I know it will probably anger you, and yet, isn't that what this campaign was all about in the end? Let me know what you think down below. This is Sedrik Cannady for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.